What's up, y'all? I'm here. I'm gonna do a quick little video. It's a what's in my camera bag video. Got a comment that said, show me all the equipment that you use for photos. So I was like, that's a good idea. So we're just gonna run through my camera bag real quick. These are just basically all the equipment that was issued to me. None of this stuff was bought myself. This is all government equipment. And this is the stuff that I use for basically for any official photography. So any of the stuff that we shoot for government use, any of the missions I go on, any of the historical documentation I would have to do, I would use all this equipment that I'm going to show you right now. So let's get into it. So first things first, this is the camera body I have. It's issued to me. It is a D4S, and this is like my main camera. This is the main lens that I use. It's an actual 24-70 lens. If you know anything about cameras, then you know that, but if you don't, then I can do a separate video about camera stuff. I don't want to be here all day, and y'all don't either. So this is a pretty cool camera. It looks pretty fancy, but yeah. Air Forces use, most Air Force bases that you go to, they use Nikons, and a lot of people use Canon, but I've only used Nikons ever since I've been in the Air Force, and that's what I'm used to shooting with, that's what I'm comfortable with, and that's what you will most likely get issued. And for the most part, we get the pretty new equipment, like D4S, what? That's like, the camera body alone is like $6,000. $6K. Yeah. The next lens I'm gonna show you is one of the lenses that I could use. It's a zoom lens. The range for this one is 80 to 400 meters. This is like a zoom lens for any type of photography where we can't get too close to the actual subject that we're shooting. I take this out like I'm going to the range, going to be in an aircraft, that kind of thing. I'm shooting stuff that's far away, so this is the lens I would use for that. So here is the wide angle lens. It is a 14 to 24 millimeter. I like shooting with this a lot, especially I just like shooting portraits with it. You know, like I said, if you know anything about cameras and photography and lenses, I just like shooting with a wide angle lens just because of the way it kind of distorts the photo a little bit and gives you a different perspective. So I really like shooting my portraits with this sometimes because it kind of just widens the photo out as it should. So yeah, here's this lens. It's like one of my favorites, actually. I love taking it along with me. And that's how the lens looks there. And yeah, one of my favorites. Okay, this is the 50 milliliter lens. It's a very normal perspective lens. It's super tiny. It doesn't have the option to zoom in, zoom out, and to adjust the focal length. So this is just kind of like, yeah, I mean, an everyday lens. You know, it's a basic lens. I really like it because, yeah, this is the lens that we trained on when I went to any type of when I went back to intermediate photojournalism course. They gave you the 50 because you didn't have the option of zooming in or zooming out, so you had to like use your feet as the zoom, and it just made you get in there and get the shot, because some people hide behind the camera, so it was pretty cool. Here's the speed light. It is a flash, an external flash that you can attach to the top of the camera, and if you need to use a pop-up flash for anything. I don't really like using flash. I enjoy natural light, and I try to manipulate natural light as best as possible, but if I needed to use a flash for something, they gave me one. And here is one last piece of equipment that I definitely wanted to show. It's not included in my camera bag all the time, but it's super cool, and it's my first time shooting with one of these since I've been in. And it is an underwater camera. I've actually gotten some pretty cool photos with it. This one is made specifically for the Nikon D810, I believe. Or Nikon, yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But I think it's the 810. this is made for. And so it is an underwater housing that you put your camera inside, and then you use these triggers and stuff right here to take your picture and change your settings and do everything that you need to do like you normally would. So it's super cool. Like I said, I actually used it since I've been out here, and it was my first time using it, so I really enjoyed it. It's not normally included in my camera bag, but it's a cool piece of equipment that I just wanted to share with you guys. And the last thing, it's not a piece of camera equipment, but it is very useful for our jobs. So since we are photojournalists, sometimes we have to do interviews, and this is a cool audio recorder that I like to take on with me. You might not necessarily get this type or this brand when you go to your base if you do become a photojournalist, but an audio recorder is very helpful, and I like to take it along with me, so it is included in my camera bag. So yeah, pretty neat. All right, so that's it, y'all. I mean, there's other pieces of equipment like tripods, monopods, different stuff like that that I can pick and choose from to add to my camera bag, but that's basically the basics, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see any other videos about my job or things that I do, leave it down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Aside from my soul.